What are share buybacks? A share buyback is when a company buys back its own shares from its shareholders. This can be done through a tender offer, where the company makes an offer to buy back all of the shares at a specific price, or through open market purchases, where the company buys back shares on the open market. There are a number of reasons why a company might buy back its own shares. Some of the most common reasons include: to return capital to shareholders. This is the most common reason for share buybacks. By buying back shares, a company can return cash to shareholders without having to pay out dividends. To boost earnings per share, EPS. When a company buys back shares, the number of shares outstanding decreases. This means that each remaining share represents a larger portion of the company's profits, which can lead to an increase in EPS. To reduce the cost of capital. When a company has a large number of shares outstanding, it has to pay more interest on its debt. By buying back shares, a company can reduce its debt load and lower its cost of capital. To improve the company's financial ratios. Some financial ratios, such as the debt-to-equity ratio and the return on equity ratio, can be improved by buying back shares. To ward off takeovers. If a company is being targeted for a takeover, it may buy back its own shares to make the takeover more expensive. Share buybacks can be a good way for companies to return capital to shareholders and improve their financial performance. However, they can also be used to manipulate stock prices and enrich executives. Here are some of the pros and cons of share buybacks. Return capital to shareholders. Reduce the cost of capital. Improve financial ratios. Can be used to manipulate stock prices. Can reduce future investment. Can be a sign of financial weakness. Ultimately, whether or not a company should buy back its own shares is a decision that should be made on a case-by-case basis. There are a number of factors that should be considered, such as the company's financial situation, its strategic goals, and the overall market conditions.